morning and welcome to today's Toolbox Talk. So for the month of September, we're concentrating on environmental issues. So today we're looking at waste management, and this will be across all industries. So why does waste matter? Well, waste is not just rubbish. It's wasted money, time and resources. And in the UK, there are strict environmental regulations, like the Environmental Protection Act or Waste Duty of Care, which require all businesses to store, transport and dispose of waste responsibly. Poor waste management can lead to fines, project delays, harm to wildlife and damage to company reputation. So the key message really is to reduce, reuse, recycle. Now, this isn't just a slogan, it's a legal and moral responsibility. So common types of waste, and we'll cover it by sector. So for the construction and demolition industry, typical waste could be concrete, timber, plasterboard, metals, soils, and excavation spoil. And these generally come in large volumes and during building and renovation or demolition works. Other materials could include insulation, roofing materials, tiles and plastics from packaging. Now with this, there's the risks and challenges from the waste. Illegal tipping or fly tipping from construction and demolition waste is often bulky and expensive to dispose of, usually leading sometimes to unlawful dumping on vacant land or on roadsides, and we've probably all seen this. The other risk is from contaminated waste streams, so hazardous substances such as asbestos or lead-based paints or even treated timber can mix with otherwise inert materials, making recycling difficult. And poor sorting on site can prevent recovery of recyclable aggregates, timbers or metals, increasing landfill dependency. If we now look at the manufacturing and industry streams, typical waste, packaging, offcuts, scrap metal and processed chemicals, byproducts of production. Other waste might include defective products, ruling lubricants and waste from painting or coating operations. The risks and challenges from this type of waste from hazardous waste such as oils, solvents and chemical residues, which can pose significant environmental and health hazards to improperly stored or disposed of. Poor segregation can contaminate valuable recycling metals, and non-compliance with hazardous waste regulations can result in fines, clean-up costs and reputational damage. Retail and hospitality. Typical waste could be food waste, packaging, single-use plastics and cleaning products, all generated by restaurants, supermarkets, hotels and event venues. Typical waste could also include seasonal changes of perishable goods, which may lead to fluctuating volumes of waste. The risks and challenges from this type of waste would be vermin attraction. Improperly stored food waste can attract rodents, insects and birds, creating health hazards. Landfill charges. So disposal cost for mixed municipal waste are rising, incentivising recycling for food waste and other products. And excessive packaging can also hurt brand reputation in an increasingly sustainable conscious market. Agriculture. Typical waste. Pesticide containers, silage wrap, animal waste and machinery oils, all byproducts of crop farming and livestock operations. Other waste may include veterinary medicines, fertilisers and plastic irrigation equipment. The risks and challenges for pollution of waterways, so water runoff containing pesticides, animal effluents or fertilisers, which can contaminate rivers, streams and groundwater. And there's soil contamination. So overuse of improper disposal of chemicals can harm long-term soil fertility and biodiversity. And the burning of plastics, so e.g. silage wraps, which will create harmful air emissions and is often illegal. And the last one we're looking at is office environments. So typical waste could be paper, toner cartridges, IT equipment and single-use plastics, all generated through daily administration and business activities. You also have old office furniture and lighting equipment, which will always contribute to waste streams. So the risks and challenges. So you have e-waste breaches. So discarded IT equipment may contain sensitive data, creating cybersecurity and privacy risks. You have data security issues. So regulations such as GDPR require proper destruction of data-bearing devices, and recycling opportunities missed. So improper segregation leads to valuable materials, i.e. plastics, metals, and rare earth elements in electronics ended up in landfill. So if we now look at the legal responsibilities. Duty of care. You must know where your waste goes. You must use registers, waste carriers only. Segregation. Keep hazardous and non-hazardous waste streams separate. Documentation. So waste transfer notes and consignment notes must be completed accurately. As with everything in health and safety, environmental also has a hierarchy of waste. And these are prevent waste, reduce what you produce, reuse materials where possible, recycle or recovery energy, and dispose only as a last resort. So some good practice tips for construction then. Order correct quantities, segregate your skips, return unused materials to the suppliers. In manufacturing, maintain machines to reduce rejects and set up recycling points for scrap. Within the retail and hospitality, rotate stock, donate surplus food, train staff on portion control. For agriculture, use approved pesticide disposal and maintain bunds around fuel and oil storage. And for the office, go paperless where possible, recycle printer cartridges, and securely dispose of e-waste. Now, there are consequences for non-compliance, and there are fines up to £50,000 in a magistrate's court or unlimited fines at Crown Court. Other consequences could be the site closure, reputational damage, and increased insurance premiums. And there's also environmental harm from polluted rivers, dead wildlife, health hazards for local communities. So the key takeaways from today: everyone has a role to play. It's not someone else's problem, it's our responsibility. Think before you throw. Can it be prevented, reused or recycled? And always follow site procedures and report waste issues immediately. Thank you very much.